I'm Lily. Today I'm going to read you a story called When Dad's Hair Took Off. Okay, I'm going to read you the story. When Dad's hair took off. Okay, let's read it. Dad's hair was sick of being brushed and combed. It was tired of hanging around on his head. It wanted a life of its own. It wanted to see the world. One day it caught itself and sprang. Horse! Dad sprang after it. He flung his arms out about, shooting around the bathroom. He scolded, he threatened, he begged and pleaded. Stop, he shouted, stop right there. But his hair didn't stop. It didn't listen. It didn't say. It fluttered around him, just out of reach. Dad lost his temper. He grabbed the towel and swung word and whipped it about. He almost cut his hair too. I'm guessing he tore off the store and tangled with the toilet paper. Hooped with the washing machine maybe. Or perhaps the toilet brush tripped him up. I don't know the details. He doesn't like to talk about it. Anyway, he stumbled and fell with a bang into the bathtub. My mother poked her head around the door and see what the hullabulla was about. The hair took its chance. It cut along the hall to the living room, over the kitchen table, and out through the open window to freedom. Before I could say, hairstyle, love style, baby, it was gone. My father doesn't give up easily. He grabbed the nearest coat, threw some socks and shoes, muttered, back soon, and was off. As Dad stepped out of the door, he thought he could see the hair on the ground, his hair in the garden, playing on the lawn, right under his nose. Right under his nose, Dad cut closer, like a stalking lion without its mane. Slowly and carefully, very carefully, hiding in the shadows, staying downwind, silent and healthy, he crouched low and leapt. Nothing there but grass. For a while, Dad just lay there, stretched out of the lawn. Then he picked himself up, dusted himself off, gave a mighty snort, and stomped into the basement. We heard him rooting around. He came out with a net and a small pot of wallpaper paste. We'd bought the net on a family trip for catching butterflies or fish. I've no idea what Dad planned to do with the paste, even though he's tore me the hair of history 1,000 times. Then off Dad went, just like that. Yes, his hair had gone over the hills and far away, but he had left a trail that led onto the town. Dad was very attached to his hair, or rather he had been. Now it was gone, he missed it terribly. I mean, it had been with Dad since he was a baby. They'd be done everything together. His hair had gone to kindergarten with him and had been with him through all his years in school. It had learned reading, writing, and arithmetic with him. Together they'd climb trees, learn to swim, and ride a bike, even if they even went to the first sleepover together. If Dad was never at his wit's end, the hair was there for him to tug. If he was scared, it soon stood on end. It went to the dentist with him. He took it to the barber. They hadn't been parted for a single day, a single minute, not even when Dad went to the bathroom. I mean, hair doesn't just uproot itself. Everyone knows that. Dad caught up. With his hair outside a restaurant, they were serving soup of the day, and his hair madly attached to soup, apparently. His hair whisked into the restaurant and followed the smell of the clip into the kitchen. It shammed over to the soup pot, but the chef noticed. He slammed the lid, bang, onto the pot, shooed the hair out of his kitchen, and chased it to and fro across the restaurant. They met outside, the hair, the chef, my father. The chef heard a spoon in a hurry. The hair reacted super quick and swept over the top. The net brushed by a hair breadth away. The soup hit my father. The spoon hit my father. And with that, the hair was off again. This time, my father was right on his tail. The hare tried to cut and ran at a barber. It crept into a crate, ducked into a pony, and lay out in a cellar. It took a spin around a ledger to hightailed it into the pasture and showed a clean pair of heels at the fountain. It was a perfect game of hide and seek. But Dad wasn't playing. He came within a whisker at the department store. Dad would have caught his hair for sure if the cord had been longer. Wow, it was just close. The wild hunt continued. The hare tearing ahead. My father swearing behind. You know how it goes. And to cut a long story short, Dad had to stop at a red light. His hair had flicked across under the grain. It was a step too late. He forced to watch as his hair slipped off. He was forced to watch as his hair slipped into the zoo across the streets. How on earth was he going to find in here? Next at the desert fox, sits at the zebras. Neither hide nor hair of his in the lion's cage, just as well is all I can say. And at the hippo, zippo. The grizzly bear looked suspicious to Dad, lunging innocently in the sun. A zookeeper turned up to hose down the rock and water the shrubs. The grizzly bear blinked downstream. Then a jet of water struck him. Surprise! Not so many grizzlies playing over the bear. The grizzles were Dad's hair. With a gurgle and a glove in the gutter, it disappeared down to the drain with a faint burp. Dad's hair was gone. There was nothing more he could do. The hair hurtled via underground pipes to the sewage system through the treatment plant and into the stream. I learned about this at school. After that, it went with the flow, from a stream to a river to a bigger river, until at last it reached the sea, where all rivers flow eventually. Once you have reached the sea, you can travel anywhere in the world. From that day on, Dad was bored. His beard still grew, and all the other hair that nobody needs in his ears, nose, for example. As for the other hair, his proper hair, his former crying glory, it wrote to him. It sent postcards, selfies, and greetings from abroad. From the Mediterranean islands and the Sahara Desert, and from the Arizona, from the Antarctica Arab hair pillow, and from the mountain harvest to Bulgaria and Buenos Aires. From here, there, and everywhere, my father was not amused. It went on like that for a while. That one day, something unbelievable happened. The leaves were falling from the trees. Dad insisted on going for a walk, so we all had to go along. The weather wasn't great: wind, dark sky, dark clouds. My mother and I hurried back to the warm house, but Dad stayed outside. He liked gloomy weather. He stared into the sky as if he were looking for something, recording, but it didn't respond. He just stood there. It was growing darker and darker. The sky was closing in on him. All of a sudden, it began to bucket down, but not with the rain, with the hair. That hair was back, and it had so much to tell him. My, how you've grown. Okay, so today I read you just this one, When Dad's Hair Took Off. Okay, bye. Thank you for watching. Bye.